Hey guys, what's up? Well, how was y'all's week? I know mine was actually it's fast. It went by pretty darn fast to me. But yeah, it's Friday. Time to pay some bills. Payday. It's Friday. Trying to get ready for the day. Got everything everywhere. It's a mess. It's a mess. So y'all just bear with me. Um, it's a mess over here. Got makeup everywhere. But so I guess last time we talked about me. I guess today we can talk about my family. We can start with my family. Let's start with my family. Yeah, let's do that before we. And I don't want to talk about baby. I'm not ready to talk about baby daddy yet. I really ain't. I'm not ready for that. I don't want to get into that situation. I don't want to get into that situation, but we're going to have to because we're just gonna have to before we talk about my kids because we gotta find y'all gotta know how that happened, right? So, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. But okay. So I have been with my grandma. Okay, I've been as far as I can remember. I mean, to be honest, like I said, I mean, I'm a grown woman, so I know for a fact my grandma didn't have me. She my grandma. But when I was a kid, my head probably thought different. She was my mom. But I've been with my grandma ever since I was a baby, and raised me and stuff. My grandma and my aunt, and my aunt had she had kids of her own. My aunt had kids. She had two boys and stuff, and so like they're like my brothers, And we came to Hobart, and I don't remember too much of being a kid as everybody remembers. I don't, to be honest. I don't know if it's because all the drugs I've done in the past. That's probably what it was, all the drugs. Because I don't remember everybody be like, you remember that? I'll be like, no, I don't remember that. But I do remember bits and pieces of things, like Christmas time, stuff like that, stuff like that. But I really don't remember some things. But I remember growing up in certain houses, being in certain houses and stuff like that. Like I said, like family things and stuff. But that's all I remember, But like the like I said, that's all I remember. I don't really bad memory. But okay, so she moved to Hobart, or to Oklahoma. She moved to Hobart, Oklahoma. And I remember the first place, what I can remember, the first place living, we lived in my Aunt Martha's house. As I remember living there as a little kid, living there in a family home. And either we lived there or we stayed with them. I don't know. I just remember staying there too. And then we lived in these apartments. These little bitty apartments. And I remember being in like not kindergarten, Head Start. And then from there, we moved over on Eastern. And like after that, we moved from there. We moved to, it's all in the same town. We moved a lot. But when I was younger. What the heck colors I got on? I guess it's alright color. I need to put some black in it. But sorry, I talk to myself, y'all. I be asking myself. I'm trying to match. I'm always got my eyes different colors and stuff, but I like them different. I like my makeup different. I like to be unique. I like to be different from people because that's just me. I just like to be my own person. I don't want to be like nobody. But to be honest, I really don't care how my makeup looks. I can walk around looking like a clown. I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks of me. To be honest, I'm just being honest. But anyways, yeah, we moved over on Eastern. We lived over on Eastern, and then from Eastern, she moved us to Elmwood. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me go back. Let me go back. Because around the time we lived, between that time we lived in Eastern, I was going. My grandma was giving back and forth around that time, because around that time my mom got married to the girls' dad, my sister's dad, and my mom was living in Lawton, and my uncles always lived in Lawton since I could remember. And so, like, my grandma was sharing me with them. So, like, I would go back and forth from my mom's to my grandma's, my uncles, stuff like that with my mom and them. And, like, my sister. And then comes popping out another one. And I was like, oh, no, put that one back. Put that one back. You gotta put that one back. I only want one sister, I was like, no, this ain't happening. This ain't happening. And, like, I already got brothers. Like, this ain't happening. So my grandma was like, she only had a little big house, and like I said, my grandma she raised us. So like, she moved us to these apartments, 4-bedroom. And yeah. So my sisters, my brother, my little cousin actually, and my grandma's had us ever since I can remember, man. And it's just every day I'm hustling, I guess. I don't know. Every day it was a mess, and it was crazy. It was crazy. My grandma raising us, my grandma raising us like that. Like, she had, I don't know if I could take on the responsibility like that. Like, I don't know if I could. But if something like that was to happen, to be honest, it's a big responsibility, but I would do it. I would do it. I would do it for my niece, my nephews, my children. When that time, if that time ever happened, like, I couldn't imagine. I just couldn't. I don't know. But yeah. So I've been with my, like I said, my grandmother and my aunt helped my grandma with us too, and my mom, she was in and out too. I'm not gonna sit here and say that she wasn't, because she was there. When she was there at times, but my dad, he lived in Texas. He's from Texas and stuff. But we had a relationship and stuff. I talked to him. I called him, and we communicated back and forth and stuff. It's just I have a better relationship with my grandmother, and my aunt too, and she's, that's. So I really need to get my makeup like going. It just is. I guess talking now. I don't finish my makeup. I talk too much sometimes. But yeah, and I wouldn't, like I said, like, I'm very thankful. To be honest, I'm very thankful that my grandma raised me growing up. I'm very thankful because, my mom, she's still working on herself too. So there's no telling what could have happened to us as kids. A lot of things could happen to us. And it didn't. My grandma really was a good, she took us, and that's why I'm very thankful that my mom did that and let her, and and stuff. And I'm not ungrateful. I'm not upset. Nobody should be upset. Like, I was a happy kid. Like, I was very happy, and like, that's why I said, like, and when my sister came along, she was just like, it's cool, because I had somebody, like, hell yeah, somebody look up to me, I had to set an example. I tried to set a good example, for my sisters and my little cousins and stuff. I tried well, when I got older, I it was hard for me too because I started acting out more. I started drinking and smoking and rebellion because I had daddy. I had daddy and my mother and my father at the time. As a teenager and stuff. I needed that. I needed that. And but it's like I said. That's but so I had I had brothers. Like I said, I had older cousins. They were like my brothers actually. They're my brothers, and I really looked up to them and shit. So like I was rough. I was rough teenager. I didn't give a crap. Like I didn't care. I don't care. Ain't nobody fixing to tell me crap. Like I was in trouble. I was a troublemaker and stuff. And everybody would. And I had a friend back in school, and he'd be like, "Man, Alex do too much. I ain't trying to mess it. I ain't trying to be her friend. She do too much." Like, parent. Like I was, like I said, I tried to set a better example. But like I said, I was a kid, and I was just only. I needed attention. I needed love, and and everything. Like I said, everything just after that it got bad. I got bad. I was really bad and acting out. And my grandma. It's not fair. It was not fair to her to have to go through that with me, like her or my aunt. There was times where my grandma probably didn't even sleep, man, because she was worried about me. Like I didn't go home. I ran away, and I drank. I was on drugs. I was hanging out with older people. Like I never hung out with kids my age. I had probably two homegirls back in the day that was my age, and that was it. Because all them other to be honest, fake ass. I ain't even go there. All them other ones was fake, but like I only had two real homies, growing up, and like and they was good. They was good girls, and I didn't really bother with them either. I didn't really hang out with them. Like I said, I hung out with older people, so like I made a lot of bad choices in early in age, and I got in freaking trouble a lot. I ran away from home, and just the freaking mess, stressing my grandma out, man, and she didn't need that crap, but like I knew the stress that she was under too, having to raise a teenager and one behind, like my little cousin, he was right behind me, and then there's my sister and my other sister that is just crazy, it was hard. It was hard some days for my grandma, and like I said, like I owe her a lot, and I don't. Like I said, I've come a long freaking ways from what I used to be. Like I said, like I was really problem. Like it was bad. Like I said, there was nights that my grandma probably, my aunt told me there was days she called just crying because she ain't seen me in days. And like I remember one time, she reported me missing because I was gone for like 2 weeks. And I was walking. I was in town. I wasn't out of town or nothing. Like nobody kidnapped me or nothing. I was just hiding. I was getting high on drugs, partying and stuff, hanging out with older people and shit. And the police. I was walking with somebody, and they were older. And I seen that cop, and I was like, "Hey, yo, that cop's right. You need to run." I was trying to tell my friend, run, because I don't want you getting in trouble because of me. Because I already knew I had a friend that You know, like I said, I only had a couple friends my age, and like she called me and she was like, "Your grandma called my mom. No, your grandma coming over to my mama's house looking for you and stuff. You know, and like you need to look out, like they looking for you." So like I didn't want to be found or nothing. So like I was hiding. I was hiding in town, and anyway, so me and my friend was mobbing, and then it was in the middle of the night. So like I said, I was on drugs. I was high. We was mobbing in the middle of the night. It was like 3:30 something in the morning. It was really late, and the police. I seen the police, and I was like, "Run, dude, run!" So he run. He booked it, and then the police, sure enough, they turned that corner and busted them lights on and got me. And like, I sat in this jail all freaking weekend, all weekend. I was like, is somebody gonna come get me? Y'all gonna let me out? I'm missing. You know, like it wasn't happening. Like they was nah. You know, they let me sit in there. They was like, you sit in jail. Like you know what you did. You know, that's why I said like that was wrong. You know, as an adult, like I think it's. I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny because it's stupid. It's stupid, but like stupid. That's why I said no. You know, I never want to experience that as a mother or grandmother. I never in my life would have thought that I would be going through something like something. I mean, I can't say similar, but like I don't know. It's just like I couldn't imagine going through that. You know, being that person, having a daughter or granddaughter or whatever rebellion like that. Like I couldn't imagine. Like, you know, it's crazy. But yeah. So those actions, you know, like I said, caused that life. It caused a lot of trouble for me as a kid, you know, as a teenager. Like there were some days that the cops and my probation officer and people would have to drop me off at school. Like I wouldn't even I'd show up to school and leave. You know, as soon as they would drop me off, I'd leave school. Like I was, you know, and like I said, like it's crazy, you know. But the times that I was home and stuff with my family, I enjoyed it. You know, my family is really big. Like we have a really big family, you know, and like we have a lot of drama too, a lot of family drama. But just if there's anybody that's a teenager watching right now, if you're doing anything, like I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not your parent or nothing. You know, but think about the decisions that you're making right now. You know, think about those. Like I think about that a lot. Like as an adult, I think about it a lot. Like just think about that, dude. Just think about that, y'all. Like, do I really need to do that? Like, do I really need to do like look what it can do? Like, because that's what that's what happens. Like, because I was that teenager. I wanted to be cool too, you know. But like one hit turned into several. One drink, one shot turned into so many. Like, just think about it before you do it. You have a long time. Like, y'all have so many. Like, just wait. 21, y'all hit 21, do all that crap. Make that own decision yourself when you get older. Don't do it now. You have so this time right now when you're a teenager and stuff like that. Take that for freaking granted, dude. Whatever. Go out and see the world. Like, go to college, do something. Like, I'm saying that because, like, I wish I could have been that kid that listened to like somebody. I wish I would have had somebody tell me this when I was a teenager. I wish somebody, all the older adults that I hung out with as a teenager should have set me down and told me that. But they didn't, and it sucks. Like, y'all should have been, that sucks. That I thought they was my friends, but to be honest, they wasn't, because they thought that crap was cute. That I was fighting grown women and doing drugs and selling drugs, stuff like that, and dancing and stuff, and going to bars and stuff. That's not funny. It's not fun, and it ain't nothing cute about it. There's nothing cute about that, because it's not fun, because your life can change. Like, it's not fun. So y'all, like I said, I hope that my actions, me telling y'all these things, that y'all gonna do. I don't know. I hope it helps some type of way. But anyways, off the subject of my family, but about me and my family. My grandmother, she raised me. Been living with her since day one, and my aunt, and I guess that's why I am the way I am. That's, I don't know. That's like I said, it took me a long freaking time to learn. Like, it took me a long freaking time to learn. I am 31 years old, and the things I be talking about and preaching to the people too, I'm still learning. Like, I can't sit here and tell you, don't do this, don't do that. I still be sitting there doing some of these things too. So, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to sit up. But I've been... so, yeah, y'all just try to, I don't know, take some advice from me, I guess. I don't know. Just, like I said, I hope I'm not rattling. I'm just trying to do my makeup. Get this day over with already. Got so much to do, and trying to get this up for y'all and stuff, and so just bear with me if I'm just kind of scattered everywhere and crap. But I really hope that y'all have a good weekend, and like I said, y'all young adults, teenagers, whatever, just make wiser choices, and pick better friends. Don't be followers, be leaders. Set a better example for your brothers and your younger sisters and cousins and whatever. Just do good, achieve, just graduate and go to college. I want good for y'all. I want good for anybody, a woman, man, whatever. I want to see people be happy. I want people to, it's your world. I mean, but y'all gotta know in life that whatever you do, there is consequences. So choose better decisions. And to always remember that there is somebody looking and watching. And see y'all later.